Blog Talk Radio.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple? Hello. Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless us. Or Satan. Everyone. This is the Metal Hammer of Doom, and I am jolly old Mark Radulich, your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm in the Christmas spirit. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm not going to do this the whole show. None of you will continue to listen. But this is our Christmas show. I have looked forward to this all year. I've actually been looking forward to this for several years now. I really wanted to do this kind of Christmas show really since the first year we started doing this. I wanted to do a mix of metal Christmas music, and we never did. We did one year. Jesse and I did Weird Al, because what's better than Weird Al at Christmas, right? Christmas at Ground Zero, the night Santa went crazy. Shut up, Melissa. No one wants to know from you. It's an inside joke, everybody. Unless you know me on Facebook, then it's kind of an outside joke. Anywho, she banned Weird Al from the house on Christmas because of those two songs. But that's not what I came here to tell you. Last year, once again, Jesse and I did the Swedish dinosaur rock band that did a Christmas album. And that was fun. That was a good time. But this is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to take various metal Christmas songs and do a big playlist and just have fun listening to a variety of metal Christmas. And finally, Christmas came a little early for Mark Radulich, because that's what we're going to do tonight. And unfortunately, a little bit of coal in our stocking. Robert Cooper could not be here tonight. He is working retail, which means he will not be available to humanity until after January. It's unfortunate. But that's all right, because I do have my main man in the wings. I gave him an early Christmas present himself. I introduced him to Stuck Mojo. They put out an album this year called Here Come the Infidels, and it's awesome. So Merry Christmas, Jesse Starcher.
I am Charles Bronson. that is a good album. That Stuck Mojo album is really good. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed it last night. I was heading to do some Christmas shopping, threw on some Spotify. I don't know if you do Christmas shopping with, the family or not. I mean, I know obviously you're not going to go Christmas shopping buying the kids anything like that with the kids there, but Of course, I've done that when my kids were really young, but bought them presents and then turned around and wrapped them, and they had no idea. But one of my favorite memories of going Christmas shopping was when it was probably about 2 or 3 years back, where I just had a list, and I head out for like 2 or 3 hours, and all I did was just stick my headphones in my ear all by myself and hit all the stores and did all the Christmas shopping while listening to heavy metal. So this will be a fun show where we get to mix the two together. I can't wait.
To answer your question, up until a couple of years ago, I was a sucker, and I would actually go to the mall around Christmas time and do my Christmas shopping like some sort of fucking Luddite. But I have learned that humanity is terrible, and if it were up to me, I think I actually did all my Christmas shopping one year on Amazon, and it was the greatest year of my life. I peaked as a human being, okay? I did not leave the house to buy anyone, including my wife, my lovely, lovely wife, who I adore more than anyone else on this planet. I didn't leave the house to buy anyone a Christmas present.
That is respectful. I am on my way. I'm on my way to that. I think next year that's where I'm going to be, because I'm about halfway there this year. Still got to make a couple other trips, but I did probably about a good 50%, just like you're saying, online.
You ain't shit until you've done everybody in your family that you need to buy a present for on Amazon and paid for the wrapping. When you've done that. Oh,
damn. No, I've not done that. It comes wrapped? Wow.
Oh, for a few extra ducats, Amazon will wrap your gift. It's
That's awesome.
Fucking amazing. Amazon, next to Apple, the best company in the history of Earth. You hear me? Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
However, I think you know that the secret to a good marriage, Jesse, is compromise.
Absolutely.
And my wife has not fully adopted the religion that I have embraced, which is the singularity. She's not. She's not down with the clown. She's about going out to the brick and mortar and holding this shit in your hands, which I don't really understand. But so, like, I have wish lists for all my kids. I monitor these wish lists. I run them like a company. Okay, I'm always adding stuff, subtracting stuff. I got it down tight. I'm down by law, and and she isn't about the wish list as such. She likes to do this maneuver here. Hey, it's Christmas time. Let's go to the Toys R Us and see what they got for the kids. I'm like, what? I have a list. And she's like, I don't know about no list. I'm all artsy-fartsy about things.
It's like, okay, hey, do you want to get what you want without aggravation, or do you want to actually, possibly get into some type of? First off, I don't know what the drivers are like down there in Florida, but I'll be damned if they ain't got any sense up here when it's holiday season. So going out and driving.
Not for nothing, but FARC has its own category just called Florida. I think that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, man. I hear you. The singularity, it is upon us.
So anyway, to make a long story short, and then we can get back to the music, we on Black Friday, this is the second year we've done this. Last year we went to Orlando because it was something specific from Disney that I wanted to buy my son, which is a piece of shit, and I wish I hadn't have bought it. It's one of the Disney. Normally, I have no problems. You're third after Apple and Amazon in terms of companies that I think are run well. Believe it or not, but they made a toy that was a piece of junk. And it was and when it broke after like day one, I was like, well, this was a whole lot of nothing. But we went to Orlando. We went to the Toys R Us in Orlando. We went to the outlet malls, and we did a little bit of shopping at Disney, and we made a date of it. It was a night out. I mean, listen, I like to do podcasts. I like to ride my bike. I like to go to the movies. These are things I like to do, Jesse Starcher. And you know what my wife likes to do? Like what her hobby is, what her bike riding, her podcast, her movies is? Shopping. Sir.
Shopping. Gosh. No.
Women be shopping, and so does my wife. So, what better way to connect as a man and wife than to go shopping, and that's what we do.
Compromise.
So we on Black Friday, we went to lunch. We went to her favorite place, Jimmy Hula's, for surf tacos, which I'll explain that another day because there's a lot of story going on here. And then we went to the Toys R Us and we got our Christmas shopping done for the kiddies and for the children who are not our children, nephews, nieces, friends of family who we exchange with, that sort of shit. We got it all knocked out in one shot, and then I took her out to dinner to a very nice restaurant where they made us cook our own dinner. I don't understand it, but it's a Black Rock,
and they make you pay for that?
Rock Grill. Yeah,
okay.
I paid for the experience of cooking my own fucking meal. It was fantastic.
That's fucking work, man. That's a fucking work.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, what is this nonsense? What a business plan you all came up with. All right. Having said that, folks, we here at the Metal Hammer of Doom have had a lot of fun this year. You may not have heard most of it because the sound sucked, but we want to say that we wish you a Metal Christmas. All right. Good way to start this off. It's a Death Metal Christmas by Hail Santa. Have you seen the T-shirt on Facebook? It's like a pentagram, and in the middle of the pentagram is jolly old Saint Nick, and it says Hail Santa.
Oh yes, I have. Classic stuff. Brilliant.
I want that shirt in the worst fucking way.
Brilliant. That was Hail Santa. I mean, okay. Can you just? We don't have to dive in. Obviously, this is going to be kind of a laid back. We're not going to analyze every single song here. Clearly, Jingle Bells. People may know what that's about. But okay, Hail Santa. I mean, when you hear that, I mean, have these guys? I can't even remember. Did this come off of an album, or tell me where this came from? How did you hear about it?
All right. Oh, look. First of all, as we've talked about before, I painstakingly put this shit together. Okay.
Indeed. You are the playlist master.
Over the last month, I have agonized over this show, trying to find the right combination of songs, that truly represent the panorama, the true extent of metal music. I really wanted to get it all in there, so I was trying to figure out. I just Googled a lot of stuff, and I went on Spotify and just looked at different things. And I happened to have found, and at some point I think I said, I've got every fucking song on here, but we wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm like, well, I got to fix this. So I think I actually put into Spotify, we wish you a Metal Christmas, just to see what would come up.
Mm-hmm.
And this album called Hail Santa came up, and the artist was listed as It's a Death Metal Christmas. Okay. I have no idea who these people are. I don't know what any of it's about, but I heard that, and I'm just like, I know what the rest of this is going to be. And at the time, Cooper was going to be on the show, and I'm like, if I don't put stuff that's really heavy on here, he may kill himself in the middle of this show. So, So I was like, I gotta look out for my boy Coop, which is why if you're watching this on the BTR website, if you're looking at the player, it's a picture of Dave Mustaine from Megadeth in a Christmas sweater playing guitar from the SNL skit. I did that for him. I gave you Stuck Mojo. I gave him a picture of Dave Mustaine. It's the giving season, Jesse Stark. I'm all about giving.
It is. That's right.
So, yeah, there's not much more to say besides that. But I will tell you that a lot of the first half of this, I put on here keeping Cooper in mind. So it's awesome that it's not actually on the show to appreciate this.
Bastard.
With all his working and shit. All right. Let's play another one here, and we'll talk about it, and then I got a question for you, because that's really what the show is going to be tonight. We're going to listen to some music. We'll talk about some of the songs, but we're gonna just talk Christmas, okay? Christmas between two metalheads.
Okay.
It's going to be Jim Dandy, all right?
Jim Dandy.
Are you ready for this? You ready for this, Starcher?
Let's do it.
All right. This next one is by your friend and mine, Grandma, Mr. King Diamond himself, with No Presents for Christmas, a Christmas classic. All right, it gets a little silly after that.
Yeah, it does. It like goes into like
but,
it plays like all it go. They decide to play just about every damn Christmas song and shove it into that one song.
Yeah, they do. So we were talking about my audio and everything, and I just got a tweet from somebody goes, "Just listen to Damn You Hollywood. Your audio sucks. Might want to get that checked." Yes, sir. It's a work in progress.
Tell him to fuck off, bastard. We know.
I was like, yes, sir. We are working on it. All righty. Okay. I'm going to put the phone to the side here and try to choke down some embarrassment. All right. So that was No Presents for Christmas by King Diamond. I pulled that from the Best of King Diamond. I think if you look up Metal Christmas like images, there's like a bunch of pictures of King Diamond like wearing a Santa cap and shit like that. It's a fun song. I played it for my kids, and my son, who's not really, as long as I'm not playing it loud, he doesn't really care what I play anymore. He's just sort of gotten used to tooling around town, either listening to Jim Cornette curse or listening to metal. My daughter, however, is becoming very knowledgeable, very aware of music. And I asked her, I had her home one day. I had to take him out to the dentist and everything, and I was running him around town. And I was playing this mix, and I asked her what she thought of that. She was like, I really liked it. That was fun. Like, all right, Lily. Can't get you to sit down and watch Star Wars for more than 5 minutes at a time, but you're digging the metal, which is good.
We take our victories where we can.
So my question to you before we play the next song, and it actually kind of leads into the next song, is Christmas music is a big part of how I celebrate the holiday. Decorating the tree, you have to make sure Christmas music is playing. Opening the gifts on Christmas Day, there has to be Christmas music playing. We listen to Christmas music in the car. But I've been pushing a lot of the Metal Christmas this year. Do you push a particular style, a particular genre of Christmas music on your kids? Do you play a lot of Christmas music around the holidays?
I can tell you that the Metal Christmas has not been played yet. The playlist that we put together here tonight, as easy as it is to access on Spotify, we've gone around and drove around and looked at lights, all that fun stuff you do, but I have not. I don't think the kids would be able to. We'll just say they wouldn't yell at me, or they would yell at me probably if I started playing this, and they'd want to hear something different. So as for a typical genre, it's the classics, man. And I already told you about how
Lou Monte.
No, Lou Monte does not make the classic list with me. Bing Crosby does.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But now, here's the thing. Growing up as a kid myself, one of my favorite memories is going around like the little towns around Marietta, and on Sunday night after church, we would, Dr. Demento was on. And always around the holidays, he would be playing a bunch of great, funny Christmas songs. So a lot of the stuff that you put on your list, the other playlist, the one that my kids liked a lot better than I would think they would like this one, is perfect for the stuff that we enjoy. The Weird Al stuff. My present. Wait, let me help me out here. My hat is too big. What is the name of that song? I lost it already.
The hat I got for Christmas is too big.
Yeah. Caleb loved that one. But it's the classics usually. And I would love for them to be into something like this. And it's kind of funny because if you talk to anybody else and ask them if they listen to any metal Christmas songs, I mean, they're almost polar opposites of each other because we were brought up on such, easygoing, 50s, 60s classic Christmas songs. And then if you tell somebody to listen to like a Twisted Sister Christmas song, or even freaking Christmas in Hollis, Run DMC, that for some people that is almost like sacrilege. And to do a playlist like this tonight it's funny because you're just not used to those two genres coming together, and it's almost I don't know, it almost feels like oil and water. The two don't mix, but hey, that's what metal is there for, is to kind of get in your face and make you accept things, make you accept things you may not be used to. So here's my answer.
If Tori Amos can cover a Slayer song,
yes,
I don't see why metal bands can't cover Christmas music. Now, I will say to you, if in a different show, in a different world, if this were the punk rock Hammer of Doom.
That's a strange universe.
If this were the punk rock safety pin in your ear, I don't know. I don't know what we would call this. But if this were a punk rock review podcast and we were doing a punk rock Christmas, first of all, there's so many of them. It would have almost been overwhelming. It would have been too much to try to get into one show. There's a lot of punk rock Christmas. And if I could suggest one song, go get yourself a copy of the actual punk rock Christmas album, and go and specifically listen to. I know I've said this before. I say it all the time. I love this song. I think it's hilarious. The Queers performing "Homo Christmas." Put it on your playlist. Make it a part of your Christmas tradition.
No, play that one. Opening up presents.
I want to have a homo Christmas. I want to be your Christmas queer. I made my parents listen to that when I was living at home one year. It was like, my father had on his stuff, my mom had on like Elvis, and I was like, yeah, punk rock Christmas, let's do it. And Homo Christmas came on, and my father couldn't be like a bigger like lefty, like everyone should have rights. He's like marched for gay rights and everything, and he heard that, he was like, what the fuck is this?
I would probably have done the same thing.
With that being said, speaking of what the fuck is this, this is Steel Panther, the Stocking Song.
So you say you like candy canes, all the ladies do. Candy canes were meant for sucking, so don't you think about trying to chew. How about a little eggnog? I got a homemade recipe. You're gonna get love drunk on my eggnog, even though it's alcohol free. Yeah, I'm gonna stuff your stocking this year. Gonna fill it up nice and tight. Gonna feel so good when I slide my gifts into it tonight. I'm gonna stuff your stocking this year. Gonna fill it up with all I got. Knickknacks and candies gonna hit your stocking G-spot. I know you like your toys, girl. I got toys to fulfill your needs. The kind that only use double the batteries, run at variable speeds. Gonna stuff her with an iPhone. All I ask is some tit for tat. If you could memorize the Kama Sutra, heck, they probably make an app for that. Baby, I'm gonna stuff your stocking this year. Gonna fill it to the tippy top. Gonna take it all out and stuff it back in. Then take it all out and stuff it back in. Oh, you're never gonna want me to stop. I'm gonna stuff your stocking this year with holiday love and romance. Just hope that Santa doesn't stuff it before I get the chance.
All right, we don't need to hear the kazoo ending.
I cannot wait for their new album. I cannot wait.
That's gonna be my favorite show of the year. I can feel it.
Yeah.
We're gonna peak early. Okay, so I don't know about you and your wife, but this may come as a shock to you, but I'm kind of the silly one in this relationship. I'm a silly goose. I have an odd sense of humor, and look, I take care of my family. I go to work every day. I put my pants on one leg at a time. I use my turn signals. I'm a man, okay? But I shot at a pig once, a wild one. I'm that kind of guy. Man's man. But I still have a very, a childish streak in me. And this has come out in different areas, throwing a temper tantrum because I couldn't go see Avengers opening weekend, that sort of thing. I have my moments. But on the other side of the spectrum, I find I'm not like a potty humor guy, but I do find certain situations that are juvenile to be very funny. And there was and it was one of those moments where me and my wife really clicked because we were listening to this playlist, I think, on the way to get our Christmas tree. Or we were going somewhere with the kids, and it was a rather long drive. So it might have been like Disney or something, or they get the Christmas tree or whatever. We were in the car for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this playlist on, and that came on, and she was listening intently to the lyrics, and my kids had no clue. Because the whole thing is innuendo, which is really...
absolutely.
Steel Panther does both. Steel Panther does innuendo, play on words, kind of a songs that are obviously overly sexual. But then they also do songs that are just outright, just blunt about it. You know, they have songs that are just like "suck my cock." You know, it's just very. There's no innuendo about it. So this one, if your kid is really young, like mine are, isn't gonna get the innuendo. This just sounds like a very sweet, romantic song, which is hilarious to me.
Oh yeah.
So my wife is listening to this, and while I would say she has a different sense of humor than mine, we really connected because both of us were giggling in the car like idiots. Just morons. Giggling intent. Neither kid could tell what we were laughing about, but we were both laughing at the idea that we could get away with playing this song because my children are not yet old enough to understand they just heard a song about some dude fucking this girl.
Oh man. And not only that, I mean, he's nice enough to leave her at least something as a going away present that takes some double D batteries or some D batteries. I mean, come on, he's a thoughtful guy.
I mean, when the worst part of that song is, can you memorize the Kama Sutra? My kids don't know what a Kama Sutra is. But I gotta ask you. Are your kids now old enough? I know you've got one that's a tween, so at least if you played that for your girl, she'd get it, right? She'd understand what's happening.
She most likely would know. Yes, she would be able to. It might take a little bit longer than what it would take me to figure it out. Of course, you know, I just figured out, baby, it's cold outside probably a couple years back. So I'm a slow learner. But anyway, yeah, I would not. That would not be one that makes the car playlist at all, or immediately gets changed as soon as I hear the
kazoo. Your middle son, your first grader, right?
Yeah. Would he be able to figure it out? No, I don't think so. I don't think at all. Although, buddy. I mean, he has taken a turn for the dark side on some of his humor. all of a sudden, it's all like balls and dick jokes with that kid. I swear. And I'm like, dude, you're in first grade. What are they teaching you, man? And so you never know. By second grade, he might have it figured out.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling my son's going to end up somewhere in there. And it's not like you get it from me. I'm not into potty humor. My blue tends to be more racy than it is potty, but whatever. All right, let's get back to the heavy. Let's get back to the music. So this next one actually was suggested by Cooper that we do instead of like a mix necessarily. Oh shit. This actually came from an album called "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," like the actual "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." When did this come out? I'm going to look it up real quick. We Wish You a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. As you actually Google that, you'll find this. It says it came out 2009. I think I might have actually gotten this for a Christmas present one year. And it's got Lemmy doing Run Rudolph Run. It's got Alice Cooper doing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And a lot of it is just like supergroup stuff. This one in particular has got Chuck Billy from Testament, which I have tickets for. It's got, let's see here, Scott Ian from Anthrax. Let's see. John Denice, Chris Wise, and John Tempesta. So it's a good assortment of thrash metal artists here doing a Christmas classic, if you will. This is a cover, obviously. This is Silent Night. God, I wish I could play more of that. And I have to say, that's like better than like half of what Anthrax has done over the past couple of years. At least things that Scott Ian has been involved with. But yeah, that's a badass cover of Silent Night. I think they did a really good job with that.
Yeah, listening to a mashup of all those guys together, it's fun to pick out those musical styles that are their signature. Like, oh yeah, I can hear that there, and I can hear his growl there. I know who that is. It's fun to hear something like that come together on a Christmas song.
You know what it was? I don't know. Like, I know you're into wrestling, but you're into that, like, local, regional type wrestling jazz.
Independent.
How much attitude? Yes. How much Attitude Era stuff do you remember?
Oh, I remember a good bit of that, dude. That was prime watching for me. That was when, of course, I got just about everybody into wrestling at that point in time. But, yeah, 96, 97 is really when I started getting into it and watching it in college. So I remember a good bit.
Okay. So remember when Raw went to like 2 hours and it became Raw and Warzone? And they started and they started to do the big Attitude Era changeover. Do you remember what their original theme was?
Oh, it's been a while. I remember the Stone Cold walking through the, shit exploding intro. I don't remember if that's the one you're talking about or not, but it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. And that was actually done by a band, wasn't it? That was an actual song.
Yeah. I'm pulling... Yeah, it was Thorn in My Eye was the name of it.
Okay.
And it was Raw theme, Slam Jam, Thorn in Your Eye. Ugh.
Slam Jam?
Jeez. It was from the album WWE Full Metal.
Oh, wow.
And, oh, God, where is it? Yeah, Thorn in Your Eye, performed by the WWF Superstars and Slam Jam. And so Slam Jam was John Oliva from Savatage and Trans-Siberia Orchestra. Sorry. The Thorn in Your Eye, actually, the vocalist was Michael Begim and Ali Schneider from Such a Surge. Scott Ian from Anthrax. Kenny Hickey from Typo Negative. Gary Meskill from the Crumbsuckers and Propane. I don't know. Do you know much about Propane?
No. No.
All right, you get into them. At least the first 3 albums.
Okay.
There's your homework.
I didn't know they existed.
Before the first, oh yeah, you got it. You need to listen to Contents Under Pressure. You need to listen to I can't remember the second album, but it's a woman whose chest has been sewn up from like cancer. And then the third one, oh shit, what was the name of it? Yeah, it's got like a red cover on it. Anyway, it's all good. After that, they suck. But those first 3 Propane albums are fucking amazing. And drums, Tim Miller of Overkill. And yeah, Thorn in Your Eye was used as the theme for Raw for a while, from 97 to 98. And then there was a second edit with a rap section from 98 to 2002. And you could, and the whole point of this is you could absolutely pick out like the Scott Ian stuff. It was like I'm comparing it to this because it had the same kind of feel to it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There was definitely like a feeling of similar but different styles meshing together to create this really weird but fun song. Yeah. And Thorn in Your Eye was a classic, like fought tough guy type song. It was laughable and awesome at the same time. I'm not really sure how they pulled that off. But
I didn't know that. I didn't know that band was made up like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I had Full Metal, the album, so there you go. But I got the same feeling from this and this version of Silent Night.
Mm-hmm. Same here, man.
All right. Let's move on to this next one. This one's another one that I made my family listen to the entire album one morning. I just got up and we're listening to Christmas music, okay? What are we listening to? And I put this on, and I don't know. My wife's probably sleeping, but she apparently had to. I played this for her, and she actually liked it a lot, believe it or not. And then I think she actually brought it up to people at school, like her other teachers. Like she was doing. I can't remember like the details of the story, but she was telling me that like everyone had to contribute something unique about Christmas to this like list they were making. And so a lot of stuff that you would have thought of had already been put up there. So she put up Twisted Sister's Twisted Christmas, and people were like, "What's a Twisted Sister?"
No.
and those that knew who Twisted Sister was were like, "What are they doing a Christmas album?" So I think my favorite part of introducing this to my family was showing my daughter a picture of Twisted Sister. And her just sort of blinking twice and looking at me going, why are they dressed as women? So, with that said.
The important questions.
Life, the universe, and why are people transgendered? This is Twisted Sisters. I saw mommy kissing Santa. And so it just goes on from there.
Now hold on.
That's just
I know you
okay.
got an agenda here, but I've got one question to ask you before I forget it. Okay. Now we've mentioned already. We've mentioned already. Baby, it's cold outside on the list of fucked up Christmas songs. This song.
You mean a rape song? Yes.
Well, this song right here, I want your opinion, sir. Is the mom having an affair with Santa Claus, or is Santa Claus the kid's dad?
I think you're asking me to tell you a question. Is Santa Claus real?
Yeah, Mark, please don't kayfabe, man, kayfabe.
I don't know how to answer your question.
Well,
I mean, I know what the answer is. At least I feel like I know what the answer is, but I feel like you want me to say something else, and now I don't know what to say.
Yeah, man, this one really puts you. Obviously, the song is an example of kids' innocence and the excitement of Christmas and sneaking downstairs and seeing if you can catch a peek at Santa, and then all of a sudden you imagine this kid's horror. We wouldn't have had a song, but imagine this kid's horror if all of a sudden it turned into his mom and dad doing it. You never want to walk in on your family doing it, your mom and dad doing it, but just horrible stuff. Did that take a dark turn, Mark Radulich?
I don't know. I'm just trying to move the show forward here.
Just trying to host.
It's a legitimate question, I suppose. I mean, really, a lot of these songs, start off as ideas, about perceptions of Christmas. And look, really, we're all adults here. I don't think there's a child who still believes in Santa Claus listening to this show. Let's be honest. So, if
spoilers.
Can we talk? Can we talk, Jesse Starcher? Joan Rivers. Can we talk?
We can talk.
This is clearly a woman and her husband, and the husband is dressed up as Santa.
Okay.
But it's that whole idea of catching your parents, in the throes of passion, shall we say, and your dad's still in his fucking Santa suit when it happens.
Well, here's the thing. They went into this. Okay, I have this strange feeling that the mom requested the dad to dress up as Santa, and it's like I hate to compare it to a furry convention or something like that, something fucked up like that. But I mean, to each his own. I mean, but maybe that's some kind of weird thing that's going on. I need to find out when this song was written, which I'm going to do. Go ahead and continue. I'm going to find out when this. I
already beat you to it.
Okay.
All right. I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus is a Christmas song with music and lyrics by British songwriter Tommy Connor. So,
okay.
The original report by Jimmy Boyd, recorded in July 15th, 1952, when he was 13 years old, reached number one on the Billboard Pop Singles in December of 1952, and on the Cashbox chart at the beginning of the following year. It later reached who cares? The song describes a scene where a child walks downstairs from his bedroom on Christmas Eve to see his mother kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe. This is fun. Boyd's record was condemned by the Roman Catholic Church in Boston when it was released on the grounds that mixed things with Christmas.
Wow.
Oh, my God. We're arguing over whether or not dudes should use a ladies' bathroom. Meanwhile, in 1952.
Wow. Things were different.
Yikes. Not kidding, boy. A lot of people have covered this, obviously. Jesus Christ. Apparently, it's also been it was a movie in 2001. There's not much more to it than that, in the Wikipedia page at least.
Okay.
So, yeah, there we have it.
Well, in the 50s.
Anyway,
50s, things were innocent, so it was an innocent time. I guess I'll let it slide.
Black people didn't have rights. White people ran the country. White men, really. It was a much simpler time. Anywho, what did you think of that version?
At first I was like, when did this come out? When did Twisted Sister actually release this? And I was very surprised to see, at least this page that I saw said it was released in 2006. Is that right?
Okay, that makes sense.
I've relegated Twisted Sister to the 80s and nothing past like the 80s at all. So I thought, well, this is something that had to clearly come out when they were in the midst of their huge popularity in the mid 80s, and it wasn't. It was 20 years later. So
yeah, Twisted Sister kind of peaked with Stay Hungry, and then after that it was it's kind of all downhill. This is not the first like 50s/60s cover that they would do. They also did like Leader of the Pack.
I remember that one.
I don't know how well that did. Yeah. You ever hear that version? I mean, you say you remember it. Like, have you ever like heard their cover of that? It's interesting the way what they do with it.
I think I have. It's been a long time, but I remember that. I remember them covering that song. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Does that one come out and play? Let me see. Yep, Leader of the Pack by the Shangri-Las was on Come Out and Play, which was released in 1985.
I got a buddy of mine.
All music.
He's a huge Twisted Sister fan, a friend of mine, and I know that he probably bought this Christmas album when it came out. So I bet you anything, I've probably heard that cover that we were just talking about, probably from something that he played at work. So that's there it is. There's the connections.
I have to say, as much as Come Out and Play is not as good as Stay Hungry, I actually really like this album. Especially, I really enjoy Come Out and Play and Be Cruel to Your School, but maybe someday we'll do a Twisted Sister retrospective. In the meantime, let's get to something a little bit more contemporary. From our friends that we reviewed earlier this year, which contributed to the 2016 Year of Myth. This is Korn, and with their cover of A Nightmare Before Christmas's Kidnap the Sandy Claus.
A nasty trap and wait. When he comes a sniffing, we will snap the trap and close the gate. Wait, I've got a better plan to catch this big red lobster man. Let's pop him in a boiling pot, and when he's done, we'll butter him off. Killing in the Sandy Claus, throw him in a box. Bury him for 90 years, let's see if they talk. The Mr. Huggy Buggy Man can take the whole thing over there. He'll be so pleased I do declare that he will cook and reign. on 98, see what makes us sick. Can't let Mr. Claus chop him in the pits. Mr. Huggy Wuggy is sure to get his kick. Can't let the Santa Claus say what we will say. Lock a bag and take a bet, go away the pay. Can't let the Santa Claus say what we will say. Lock a bag and take a bet, go away the pay.
All right. Now, I've obviously casted my vote, but I want to hear from you. Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween movie or Christmas movie?
Nightmare Before Christmas, movie that Starcher's watched, movie Starcher that hasn't watched. I have not watched that movie. I know.
Really?
I know. I have not seen it, dude. My sister is a huge fan of this movie. To the point where she had, art drawn with her hanging out with Jack Skellington. I know a good bit of the characters because she liked this movie so much, but I've never watched it. And I asked my wife a couple days back. I said, we need to watch some movies before Christmas that stuff we've never seen. Like, I really don't think we've ever sat down and watched all of It's a Wonderful Life. We've never sat down and watched any of Nightmare Before Christmas. So this actually makes the list of stuff that I've never seen. And so I can't tell you one way or the other, man. You're going to have to tell me. I could poll my sister right now. She should be on Messenger. I can ask her, get her opinion while we're talking.
I think I'd like to hear that because I'm curious to see. This has been a hotly contested debate. I've heard, it's been covered on like movie fights and whatnot, and people have argued. Well, I've heard both arguments and they're both pretty strong. It on the one hand, it's creepy as shit looking. On the other hand, it's
one
very
of the
much
things
focused.
I was going to say, that's one of the things Mindy said, that she was not interested in watching it because she thought it was creepy. And I was like, well, come on. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. I think one year when we were watching Christmas movies with Lily, that was one that we put on, and she was into it. She thought it was fun. I don't think she got all of it. But she was one of the ones I think until she fell asleep. I think it captured her attention. I mean, it wasn't like Star Wars. I beat that horse to death. She got it. She liked it. By the way, speaking of Christmas movies, have you finally wised up and added Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas to the Starcher viewing list? It is on the spreadsheet right now, but it is something that we have not sat down and watched yet. So it will be something we can enjoy though. Because I see there have been probably 3 or 4 people today have posted something about Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. My sister Maria says that it feels like it's more a Halloween movie, according to her. Even though it's the Nightmare Before Christmas, she says it feels like a Halloween movie.
I feel like it's a Christmas movie.
I will watch it, and next year I'll have an opinion for sure. By this time next year, I will have an opinion.
I won't remember we had this conversation, but okay. All right. We have covered this band on this podcast. This is Austrian Death Machine. Of course, it always, these songs always begin with a little bit of Arnold. That's the gimmick. And, I hear this, and obviously it's taken from Jingle All the Way, starring your friend and mine, The Big Show, formerly The Giant, Paul White.
That's right.
Good God. I'll never forget him talking about how, like, a selling point of joining the NWO was, I wanted to be in a Schwarzenegger movie, and they got me one. Yeah, it was Jingle All the fucking Way, you asshole. And that's something to brag about. So you should be ashamed of yourself. But I can look at a lot of Paul White's career and go, you should be ashamed of yourself. So I guess why should single that out. Anyway, this is 100 times better than Paul White himself. This is Austrian Death Machine's Jingle Bells.
I've been trying my hardest to write a song for you, Arnold, but I can't seem to come up with one that brings justice to your masterpiece, Jingle All the Way.
Why write a new song when I can take whatever one I want? Give me that guitar, you girly man.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. No one fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Yeah! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. No one fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, breaking vertebrae. All right, Pasco Claus, it's time to get in shape. Better start working out, or else no more cookies for you.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. No one fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Yeah! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. No one fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Go through all the gyms and pump all the weight. Elect me governor of all the other states.
All right, that was fun. Let's talk about it for a second. So Austrian Death Machine, what do you think?
Oh, anytime you play Austrian Death Machine, I first off get a smile on my face. Because, again, another band that I was introduced to here on the Metal Hammer of Doom when you guys covered, I think it was Triple Brutal. And, oh, man, I love that album. Love jumping back and listening to it whenever I get a chance. However, Jingle Bells, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a Christmas song, which, by the way, this is off of did they do a whole Christmas album?
No, they just did a single.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, I'm looking, I just clicked on it here on Spotify. We got Jingle Bells, Get to the Chopper, and Hell Bent for Leather, which is one I don't think I've listened to. So,
it's not bad.
Anyway.
It's not a bad cover.
It kind of depresses me that we may not get Austrian Death Machine again anytime soon, because the lead singer of As I Lay Dying, that was the lead singer of this band, right?
Yep, Tim Lambesis.
Fucking idiot. Because he got in trouble with the law, obviously trying to kill his wife, or hiring somebody to kill his wife, which I haven't looked to see what the update about that is, but I don't think we're going to hear anything from As I Lay Dying, which is one of my, that's up there on my bands that I really like to listen to. I'll go back and listen to like a lot of their old stuff, and I say old stuff, some of their 2006, 2007, 2008 stuff, and I really love the stuff that they put together, and I think that probably is a good reason or a good explanation of why I enjoy Austrian Death Machine. So anyway, Jingle Bells, hey, that's good. A Very Brutal Christmas. Nah.
Yeah. There's a lot of different versions of Jingle Bells done by a variety of heavy metal bands. So, but I went with that one because again, Austrian Death Machine was a staple of this show.
Dude, and the Jingle Bells is a staple of Christmas. I mean, that is probably, it has to be the most popular Christmas song. I wonder if there's a countdown for that. I'll look. I'm curious as to what the most popular Christmas song ever is. I want to say Jingle Bells or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You want to put in a vote?
I'm going to go with Jingle Bells.
Okay, all right.
All right, so
I'll look it up.
This one is an original. This next one is an original. Originally came from the album Calm Before the Storm, which was released in 1987. And it's one that I discovered just looking for, just Googling and looking at different, like, top 10 metal Christmas lists. The Wikipedia on this says that Calm Before the Storm is the fifth album by Venom. The original title of the album would have been Deadline, but the title was changed when the guitarist Jeffrey Mantis Dunn left the band and was replaced by Jimmy Clare and Mike Hickey. Both were to follow bassist Conrad Kronos Lant in his later solo career, and later would also return on the 2006 album Metal Black. Which, by the way, this is listed on Spotify as metal punk, but whatever. The album is characterized by a cleaner, more synthetic sound when compared to Venom's other albums, especially the drums, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the first track off that album. It's called Black Christmas. And, you know, I didn't want to do all covers. A lot of covers on here, don't get me wrong, but I absolutely wanted to mix it up with, you know, if I could find some original stuff on here. And I do find it fascinating that so many of these bands really did try to tackle an original Christmas song. So I want to dedicate this to Robert Cooper, who could not be with us tonight. I made sure this was on here for him. So here's to you, bud. I hope you get to listen to this at some point. This is Venom's Black Christmas. All right, sir. What did you think of Venom's Black Christmas?
Heavy stuff. I don't know much about Venom, so are these the guys that, like, they dress up and they have like, you know, the white and black makeup? That ain't them, is it? I'm thinking of somebody else.
I think most famously that's Mayhem. But,
okay, that's probably who I'm getting. I get my mixed up. Or, you know, get them mixed up.
Your
My
Let's see, Venom. What can I tell you about Venom? Venom is part of, like, the British wave of heavy metal. Venom are an English heavy metal band formed in 1979 in Newcastle upon Tyne. Coming to prominence towards the end of the new wave of British heavy metals, Venom's first two albums, Welcome to Hell and Black Metal is a very famous song, are considered a major influence on thrash metal and extreme metal in general. Venom's second album proved influential enough that its title was used as the name of an extreme metal subgenre, black metal. So there you go.
Okay.
See what you learned? This is one of the forefathers
I come here for an education.
Of a lot of
every
stuff
day.
we do on this show. Yes. There's actually I can't remember who covered it now. It might have been Chrisian. Chrisian, I believe, does a really good cover of "In League with Satan," which is one of their which was their 1981 single. So you should check that out.
Okay.
Chrisian,
is it on the covers list? You still have that old covers playlist sitting out there on Spotify. I haven't looked at to see if you've updated or anything lately.
I have, but not with Chrisian's "In League with Satan."
Okay.
I'll send it. I'll send it to you on Messenger when I have a chance. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if you like it because you're not the world's biggest fan of Cookie Monster vocals, but I enjoy it. And now, as Jello Biafra would say, we're going to do a little something different. So, Sir Christopher Lee, he died. And Robert
God rest
Cooper
his soul.
did a whole tribute. Yes, Robert Cooper did a whole tribute show to him. Robert Winfrey did a whole tribute show to him when he passed. We knew him as Count Dooku. He was also Saruman in the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. What else do we know Christopher Lee from?
He was in Gremlins 2 as one of the lab guys.
That's
I think
right.
He was the head lab dude. What else? I mean, he's been. I got an education on this guy because he was known as Dracula in the Hammer films apparently. So I think that's where he. I remember Justin Thomas talking about that. Anybody who's a big horror fan would probably recognize Christopher Lee right off the bat as Dracula. And this, what we're getting ready to get into, was something that hit Facebook, went viral. I think we were talking about it on a Metal Hammer of Doom at one point. Either you brought it up or somebody brought it up. And this was obviously before he passed. But this thing came out of the blue. Nobody expected this.
He apparently
crazy.
Apparently, Christopher Lee's a big fan of heavy metal. And I actually resisted putting this on here. Like, I just resisted putting Christopher Lee on here in general. I didn't want to get too gimmicky, okay? I didn't want this to get too silly. But I was like, all right, I think at one point I just broke. And I was like, I'm just going to throw everything on here because I needed a variety of songs. I didn't want to repeat any songs.
Sure.
So I was like, all right.
We ain't getting samey here.
Classic. No, we are not getting samey by a long shot. The Little Drummer Boy is a Christmas classic, and I wanted to hear his approach to it. I wanted to see how silly this got, and I fucking fell in love with this song. I think this song's hilarious, but like in a good way. I just like there's so much pomp and so much circumstance and so much gravitas. It's like it takes itself seriously, and it comes across as silly. It's just so weird to me, you know. You got to hear it. This is Christopher Lee doing The Little Drummer Boy. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you now? You picking up what I'm putting down?
I hear you. It's. You say that it feels hilarious. It is when you sit there and think of a 90. I think they said they recorded this and when he was 91. 91, dude. 91 years of age, he recorded a metal album. I mean, it's damn amazing, and what an accomplishment. But it's, again, we talk about Christmas and metal, two things that you normally don't put together and just kind of feel off sometimes. Well, not only that, then you take a 91-year-old man and put these belting vocals to singing Little Drummer Boy and shredding guitar in between. It's almost hard not to laugh, but then you're in awe of the fact that shit got done in a day and age where you were alive to see it.
We live in a weird world.
It gets stranger by the minute, man. Stranger by the minute.
It is definitely one of those things where it's like, you know what's out there? Christopher Lee and his deep-ass voice doing a metal album, just sitting there fucking playing a cello, belting out the Little Drummer Boy with a metal band in the background. It's
amazing.
Like, if you said that was going to happen 10 years ago, people were like, get the fuck out of here. You know, Christopher Lee's going to, oh my God, he did a metal album.
At 90 years of age. We were talking on source material. It was when I interviewed Benjamin, and we were talking about Stan Lee, who's still making the con circuit at 90 plus years of age. And I said, man, at 90 years old, at 80 years old, I will be happy if I can get to the bathroom in time before I shit myself. And you got people like Stan Lee who go around and do, sign thousands of autographs in one sitting at a con. People line up to see him. And he's 90 years old, and supposedly he was retiring after this last New York Comic-Con. But at the end of the con, he shows up at the end of the con and says, you know what? Maybe I'll be back next year. And you're like, son of a bitch, man. Take a vacation. You're running out of time, dude. But it's great to see people like that who, they just continue to forge on and on and on with doing what they love until they pass, which unfortunately happens. Like Christopher Lee passed 2 years after this was done.
It's hard to give up that spotlight when you've had it for so long. It's hard to give up the spotlight. It's hard to it's hard to walk away from all that adulation. I mean, the psychological effects of being worshipped by that many people is not an easy thing to walk away from. But even if somehow it was, what is life without purpose? Doing these things and talking to fans, that's his job. And they tell you, they talk about depression and old age comes from the fact that people lose their purpose. Like people like going second year and retired or like my dad, he retired and then he won't admit that he's a fucking weirdo. But he won't admit that he's got a lot of it. Becoming an operative in the Democratic Party. Join the Guild on war, and he's Mars and all this other stuff, and he's not doing any golf. He's sitting there and I'm saying when I am and I got other stuff to do, go to the movies. Take my wife out, my wife out, my on dates and stuff. But I think he's relatively sane and happy because he has those things. And if just like every day he got up, put pants on, and just watch TV, I think he'd be very depressed. So when you talk about like Christopher Lee and Stan Lee, it's like they've been so successful in their chosen careers. Why not go out there and do something else? Because again, I know for myself, without new hills to climb, without new goals, I find life to be almost unbearable. I gotta accomplish something. I gotta do something, even if it's something with this podcast or with my job or with my kids. I feel like I gotta keep moving forward. Being still is death. So no,
I hear you.
No more metal thing has ever been said on this show.
Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
All right. We started our intro to music tonight was brought to us by August Burns Red, which did an entire album of Christmas music. It was like sledding through the snow or some shit like that. Oh gosh, what the hell was the name of it?
Carol of the Bells or something, wasn't it?
God, my computer's. Well, the song itself was Carol of the Bells, which, by the way.
Oh, the album.
So I opened up by bringing up the whole, Ding Fries Are Done. Did you have any idea what the hell I was? By the way, it's called Sleddin' Hill, the holiday album.
I will go ahead and tell you. I will again bring up my sister who introduced me to Ding Fries Are Done on YouTube. More than probably right after my daughter was born, back in 2005 or 2006, somewhere around there. Ding Fries Are Done. It's horrible.
The Burger King dude, Ding Fries Are Done. My friend Pete and I, we were very close for a long time, and I used to go to his house every week, and we'd watch wrestling. It was me, him, his friend Andy, my friend Chuck. We were a little group. They're all still in New York, and I think they all still kind of hang out together when they can. But for a while there, we were a little group of four, and we would do that Ding Fries Are Done bit just for like hours. Ding Fries Are Done, yeah.
Easily entertained.
Oh my God, walking through the city singing it to one another. I mean, this is what I mean by we're a little goofy. I think I explained to someone recently that like I'm a non-retarded version of Peter Griffin. I just find something funny or whatever. It's my new favorite thing, Lois. I won't let it go until like the next funny thing comes along. Yeah, exactly. I think this is why when they did the Surfing Bird episode, I couldn't breathe because that's totally me. It's my new favorite thing, Lois. All right. Speaking of which, this is our only other repeat on here. Because this one actually had lyrics to it, and it also reminds me of my family, which I'll talk about. Hey, this will be the first story I tell that isn't about my children tonight. That's related to my family. This is August Burns Red from Sleddin' Hill. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, some of these they're just so short. I let them play through, and please don't sue me. Anyway,
Christmas spirit.
So yes. So when I was a kid, my two closest relatives in terms of being peers and in just how often I spent time with them were my two female cousins on my dad's side, his sister's kids, my cousins Jennifer and Jessica. They're not listening, but but they were the closest thing to siblings, other than my best friend Tom that I would grow up with. And one was the same age as me. She was born 6 months later. She was born in December, but we were born the same year. And my cousin Jen, who I think is like a year or two older than me. And I spent a lot of time with them at their house or at my grandmother's house with them. And we played all kinds of pretend stuff together. We played school, and I think at one point, like, because my grandmother had this really odd collection of egg cartons. I don't know why, but we would make stuff with them. And like, I think I made a computer once, and we decided like to play Office one day, and like weird shit like that.
Egg
the
cartons?
reason why I'm bringing, yes.
Okay, you were talking like the styrofoam, or are we talking?
Yes, styrofoam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know why she kept them around, right?
No clue.
Because she knew Mark was going to make some stupid shit with them. She's probably like, okay, well, just save those because Marky plays with them.
I have to attribute it to, like, they were Depression era people, and Depression era people held
didn't
on
get
to
rid
everything.
of stuff. Yes,
because they thought,
I could see that.
Yeah, they just thought at any minute now the whole world was going to collapse.
We're going to need that egg carton.
But yeah, exactly. You never know when you're going to need an egg carton. So, yeah, we did a lot of like craftsy stuff around the house, and did a lot of pretend play. But I remember distinctly, and it's so weird the things you'll remember from your childhood, so random things, because the few really, really good memories that I have of Jennifer and Jessica were of them singing this song, especially my cousin Jessica, because she would put so much emphasis on that like light bulb part. Like, it was so distinct to me. It was, like we would sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and she would get into like a light bulb, and it would be like the loudest thing ever. And she had so much energy with it, and it's just I can't get it out of my head. And she looked so happy doing it. Like, not that either one of them were very dour people, especially Jessica, but because I mean, Jennifer was more of the new wave Smiths. She's the one that got me into a lot of the music that I listen to today. She was, the not popular one, and Jessica was the popular cheerleader. So it wouldn't be hard to imagine this really peppy girl being really peppy when she sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, to the point that it has stuck with me, these 30 some odd 40 years later or some shit. But yeah, when I was listening to this, I hadn't thought about it in who knows how long. I don't really think about my cousins that much anymore, other than, the occasional email or picture I get of the kids. And my cousin Jessica just had a baby not that long ago. And
congratulations.
I'm obviously friends with them. Thank you. And I'm obviously friends with them on Facebook, which without Facebook, I don't think I would ever talk to any of my relatives. But, out of sight, out of mind. They're all in New York. I'm here in Tampa. But I just, like I said, we don't talk regularly, so I don't think about them regularly. But as soon as I heard August Burns Red's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I immediately thought of both of them, especially Jessica, and it was a very happy memory. It's weird how stuff like that hits you,
Yeah, oh yeah. And it's funny how music can do that. They'll say that definitely music, also along with like smells. I'm sure you probably, you smell something, it takes you back. Like if I smelled pipe tobacco right now, it would remind me of sitting in front of the wood stove with my dad, hanging out watching some VHS tape we went and rented one Friday night. Dad used to smoke pipe, and of course he stopped doing that. I don't know if it was health reasons or too expensive. I have no idea. I just know he stopped. But if you certain smells and definitely music, man. If you put on anything from I mentioned freaking Dr. Demento. Oh, that would take me back to my heyday when I was, in 5th or 6th grade and having a good old time listening to stuff like that. Christmas memories, we're actually going to get to a song here later on the playlist that actually reminded me of some stuff from school. So when we get to that, I'll definitely share something that one of these songs brought back into my big old brain.
So we were talking earlier, and I said, look, if you have a hard time finding it under Al Jorgensen, check under Buck Satan and the 666 Shooters.
Yes.
Now, you found it under Al Jorgensen, right?
I assume. I looked up Al Jorgensen and found it as titled. So no desperate search for it. So let's. Okay. I'm pretty sure I played it too.
It was easy for you to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's the right one. So I actually didn't really know that much about it. What we're talking about here is It's Always Christmas Time. It's listed as Al Jorgensen, but when I first found it, it was listed as Buck Satan and the 666 Shooters, which is basically Al Jorgensen's country project, which is great, by the way. It's fucking awesome. We should go back and actually.
Now hold on a second. Hold on a second.
About it.
Do me a favor, okay? Go over to the right, find the clip, and tell me when you found it. Should be in the U's. All right. And make sure to tell me. Make sure to tell me. It's certain that album certainly isn't
absolute shite, crap, feces.
Uncle Al.
Uncle Al. Anyway, Buck Satan, not unlistenable, not like Surgical Meth Machine. I found this actually a couple years ago, and I don't remember what exactly made me do this, but I remember I saved it on Facebook, and somehow or other, I came across the stuff that I had saved again, and it just happened to be. I'm like, oh wait, I remember saving this now. That's right. This is It's Always Christmas Time by Buck Satan. Just sort of looking things up. Apparently, it's listed as Al Jorgensen from the album Alien Christmas, and it's only got 3 songs on it. Let's see, if you look it up on Spotify, how does this come across? It's actually listed here as Al Jorgensen too.
It just has it as It's Always Christmas Time as a single.
Yeah, it's a single. And then if you go by Al Jorgensen, it's actually got the 2010 Alien Christmas. And it's got It's Always Christmas Time on it, Voices in My Head and Walkie Talkie. It was released 2010 by 13th Planet Incorporated. I really don't know much more about it than that. But I listened to it, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I do dig it when I can actually listen to a minute to something by Al Jorgensen, Ministry, whatever, and actually like the song, like what they've done, like the album, whatever. And so this was a fun one. This was called It's Always Christmas Time by Buck Satan Daddy Al Jorgensen, Captain Unlistenable. Merry Christmas. All right. So, I mean, that's not Surgical Meth Machine. That was quite listenable. It was a lovely song.
It actually is. I remember hearing this, and when I was playing the playlist, wasn't paying attention to what the next song was, just kind of absorbing it all, and it felt so, holiday, almost stirring up, those nostalgic feelings, and it almost felt a little 80s as well, which caught my attention.
Yeah.
And then I jump in there and I'm like, okay, who is this? And I see Al Jorgensen. Now, here's the thing. First time I ever heard of Al Jorgensen was this year when we covered Surgical Meth Machine. I may have heard the other album, Ministry. I know you guys covered, it was Ministry, right? He's a part of Ministry. So, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was making sure. But anyway, so I immediately saw Al Jorgensen's name. I'm not on the Wikipedia page, unfortunately, so I had to go to you for confirmation. But I'm like, okay, this isn't Uncle Al. This isn't Al. And then I sure enough, I go in there and confirmation. It is. It's actually a very, very good song.
Yeah. I've talked about this before, about how Al Jorgensen before Ministry, and really even the first, I think it's 2 Ministry songs, was into like the German 80s industrial dance wave. Sorry, not industrial. The early 80s new wave. And dance music, yeah. The music that would grow up to become like Depeche Mode, basically. Mm-hmm. And so like before he really got hard and became and basically created a band, a metal band, he was into dance music. And this definitely had that feel to it of like the old school Al Jorgensen doing the new wave thing.
Yep.
And you could hear that like typical Ministry distorted Al singing, but with this really, 80s new wave rock kind of a feel behind it. And, it's a good mix. It made me nostalgic for some of the old Al Jorgensen stuff. So, good deal there. All right. So in my research for this particular mix, I found that another Christmas classic in the old hard rock, heavy metal genre is AC/DC's Mistress for Christmas. And I listened to it, and it was okay, but I didn't want to put it on here. We had a lot of the whole first half of this playlist was a little on the hard rocker side, with the a couple of exceptions. So I was trying to stay away from that. But here's what I can't stay away from. I can't quit. I can't quit it, Jesse. I can't quit covers. If I hear a good cover, I got to go with it.
I know you. Hold on a second. Let's just go down here. I know I subscribed to it a long time ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Radulich covers playlist on Spotify tops out at, oh my gosh, now I can't find it of all things. It tops out at, damn, Mark, where's it at? What's it called again? It's something covers. It's hashtag covers.
Are you talking about just the regular old covers playlist? Because I'm pretty sure I deleted that.
No, you didn't. Did you? It's got to be on here.
I didn't know you were gonna fucking. No, it's gone.
There's no
was
fucking
trying to
way,
make
dude.
room
You
on
had
my phone.
You had hundreds. I'm talking like hundreds of songs. Hundreds of covers.
Yeah, I know. It was like 600 songs. I know
it's
that.
Here.
There's a lot
no,
of
428 songs. It's still alive and well. I'm still following it.
Where did you
27 hours and 39 minutes. 27 hours and 39 minutes of fucking covers.
Wait, where did you find it? Because I thought I got rid of it.
I'm following it. I don't know if it's. There's 2 followers on this thing, so it's still there. It's just called covers, though. That's all it is. It's just covers, and we start out with, let's see, "Bad Company" by Five Finger Death Punch, bro.
Are you sure it's not the MHOD covers playlist?
428
That you're
songs,
looking
Mark
at.
Radulich. 428 songs. No, this is old stuff, man. Let's see here. You have Humpty Dance by F.O. the Smack Magnet. Too Legit for the Pit. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that's a badass album.
Hair of the Dog by Guns N' Roses. I don't know.
I got rid of it. I don't know how you're finding it because it's not in my list of playlists anymore.
Oh, it's here, buddy. I followed it a long time ago. I'll have to share it with you. You got a lot of Metallica Garage Inc. on there, like the whole album.
Yeah. All right. I think a better example of my obsession with covers is not just this massive list that I compiled a lot just to sort of keep track of things. I think you need to look at the ones that I've been saving specifically for the next Metal Hammer of Doom. This is the Metal Hammer of Doom cover show.
Sounds familiar.
So it should. So just this year alone, first of all, it's, in terms of just bulk songs, this has got 77 songs on it. So this is just what I've been compiling since 2014.
Damn.
To play on our annual cover show. And I put on a bunch recently. I'll just name the ones from this year. Okay? Okay, and apparently 7 days ago I went crazy and put a bunch of them. But which I'm known to do. But here's some good ones. Living Color, Who Shot Ya? A Heaven Shall Burn, River Runs Red. Trivium, oh fuck the duck. Trivium, Losing My Religion. Shaman's Harvest, Dirty Diana. Testament, Dragon Attack. Machine Head, Battery. Avatar, Something in the Way. OTEP, Royals, which is fucking badass, by the way. That made my douchebag workout mix. 36 Crazy Fists, Renegades. Boba Flex, The Sound of... By the way, what did you think of Boba Flex?
I haven't listened to their new album. I got the... I've been listening to Here Come the Infidels, and that's it. I haven't listened to the new Boba Flex. So, can't give you an opinion yet.
Okay, Boba Flex, The Sound of Silence. Devil You Know, Eye of the Tiger. Lacuna Coil, Enjoy the Silence. Rain Time, Beat It. Drowning Pool, Rebel Yell. August Burns Red, Wrecking Ball. Artist, Gangsta's Paradise. Dragon Force. You know Dragon Force because you play Guitar Hero. Another frequent mention on this show. Ring
Grab
of
your
Fire.
shot glass.
Hey, everyone drink. Van Canto, Holding Out for a Hero. Him, Wicked Game. Amorphous, Light My Fire. Korn, Word Up. The Word Alive, Heartless. Devilment, Beds Are Burning. Raunchy, Somebody's Watching Me. Chrome Division, Sharp Dressed Man. All Time Low, True Colors. Miser, Zombie. Seether, Careless Whisper. Iron Savior, Crazy. Toy Dolls, Livin' La Vida Loca.
Oh, wow.
April Divine, Kiss from a Rose. Trivium Again, Master of Puppets.
I want to hear that.
Stripped, which is an amazing cover of a Depeche Mode song. Between the Buried and Me, Kickstart My Heart. Also Between the Buried and Me, Blackened. Adrenaline Mob, Come Undone. And Sonata Arctica, who I thought, last year should have won me the whole contest with their cover of I Can't Dance. But Sonata Arctica, Run to You. And finally, Adrenaline Mob, Barracuda.
Wow.
It's going to be hard for me to narrow that down to just a few songs for the show.
7
but
days?
I better win this year.
7 days ago,
yeah,
you
that's
went
all 7 days ago.
You went, damn, dude, you added a lot. Was this off the top of your head, or were you, finding shit that you had saved, or how did that work? Because I just can't see you ripping off all these covers all at once.
No, what happened was, so, if you make on Spotify, if you do, a playlist, they'll have recommended songs at the bottom. And it took a few tries, but finally Spotify figured out that I was doing covers. So I just went crazy and started adding them. Yeah.
Well, there's another option you can do if you're on the computer. I tried this a while back. I think if you right-click on a playlist, you can actually, there's an option that says create similar playlist. And what it will do is it will take all those songs, create a whole new playlist with all new songs, and just call it like Metal Hammer of Doom covers with parentheses 2 in it. But it's going to be a ton of songs that are somewhat related to what you have on the original playlist. Did that with Weird Al, which was kind of fun. Yeah, it was kind of fun because the Weird Al one brought some, stuff I've heard before, but it was neat to have a different playlist with some of his stuff. And then they also threw in I don't know why the fuck they threw in R. Kelly on the song in that playlist, but the song he was singing fit. It's just it might have been because of Stuck in the Drive-Thru, which is a song off of one of their albums, one of his albums. But anyway, yeah. So you're definitely ready for the cover show. Damn.
All right, let's get back to speaking of covers. Let's get back to Christmas here. So this is Hailstorm. The whole point of that whole shenanigans.
We got there.
Yeah, here we go. A long winding road. This is Hailstorm covering AC/DC's Mistress for Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. I can't wait for Christmas time, so I can roll you in the hay. It's a cow, easy go, have a good time with lots of dough. Slipping out high, slipping down low. Love 'em and leave 'em all with the show, yeah.
I think it's very, very sexy when a girl sings, "I want a mistress for Christmas."
I'm no. Whoa.
Okay,
Wow,
are we
sorry,
doing
my-
robot voices again? Because I got none of what you...
My Spotify kicked up. All of a sudden, I clicked on the link, and it started playing automatically, so it may have caused problems. Sorry.
Okay. Are you good? We good here?
I'm good. Am I coming through? Am I certifiably fresh?
Tommy, I can hear you.
All right, that's good. Yeah, the lead singer of Hailstorm can sing about 3 women in her bed all she wants. She can put that on repeat for me, please.
Very nice, very nice.
It's nice.
Lesbian. We
it's
love
nice.
him on this show. He's
We do.
nice.
He's nice.
But he's too. He's nice, but he's too big. All right. So let me ask you a question, Jesse Starcher, as I try to learn you about the world of metal covers.
Learn me
Bringing
one.
you along slowly. Don't want to push it too far. Don't want to stuff your stocking. But
well, ask me a question. Hurry.
Have you heard of Frog Leap Studios? Have you heard of Leo Moraccioli?
No, not until this playlist. So,
okay.
what goes on with this guy? Has he got some kind of a history or something?
Kind of. I discovered him when I think it was like, what the fuck did I send you? What's the name of the website I sent you the article on with the
Metal Injection?
Metal Injection, yeah. So I follow Metal Injection and I think Blabbermouth and Loudwire on Facebook. And something came up in my feed where they posted one of his covers. It was his cover of Everything is Awesome from
the Lego movie?
From the Lego movie, yeah.
Currently in my kid's DVD player right now.
Excellent. Have you played with them the metal cover of it yet? You should. So they posted the video and they were like, "This is the greatest thing we've ever seen," that kind of thing. So I clicked on it. I was like, "This is awesome." He did a really great job with this, and so I went to the YouTube page of where it originally came from. It came from Frog Leap Studios, and Frog Leap Studios is Leo Marcioli. He runs a studio in Norway called Frog Leap Studios. And this channel contains music covers, gear reviews, studio updates, and other shenanigans. And you can check him out at frogleapstudios.com. And I'll tell you, I love this guy. I played a bunch of his covers. There's a lot of pop stuff that he does. Like pop covers done metal style, which is amazing to me. So, most recently. So, in the last couple of days, this is what he's put out, okay? Just the videos. All That She Wants. Okay? Metal cover.
From Ace of Base?
Yes, sir. Cotton Eye Joe. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see another good one. The Sail. Sail. Hurt from Nine Inch Nails. Creep from Radiohead. I Like to Move It. Okay, they did a metal cover of I Like to Move It. From Madagascar. I like to move it. Okay. Oh gosh, what's one of the ones I played for my kids? Obviously, Everything is Awesome. Losing My Religion. Sober. I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Jump Around. Zombies. He's got a couple of really good ones. Like he put his little kid in there. I was trying to. Go ahead.
I just hopped on to Spotify. Okay, looked at Artist Radio. Dude has we are in 2016 and we are at Leo Metal Covers Volume 10. All right, in which he did. I swear he did 7 albums in 2000. Well, I shouldn't say that. It has Leo Metal Covers Volume 1 through 7 and 2015 beside each and every single one of those albums. But you know how Spotify is sometimes. They get those years wrong. But if he did 7 albums of metal covers, I mean, the guy just shits metal covers. It's amazing.
Well, he starts out on YouTube. He puts, basically this guy, so the whole gimmick is this, right? So, let's look at, let's get a good one here.
Oh my gosh, he's got acoustic covers.
Yeah, I don't listen to those.
It's weak sauce.
Well, yeah, fuck that shit. Okay, here's one I know I played for my wife and kids. Okay, in fact, here's a bunch of them. They were right in a row. So I played for them Ghostbusters, his cover, Mambo Number 5, okay?
Oh, wow.
So he put up a video a year ago of Mambo Number 5, a metal cover, and it's him playing all the instruments and a lot of cuts. And
wow.
And it's shot really artsy, and yeah, he has a lot of fun with it. And I know that he's done a bunch with his kid. He did one, Never Gonna Give You Up. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, and hurt you.
Rick Roll.
Yep. Livin' La Vida Loca. That's another one I played for my wife. I thought that was great. Like I said, she's like the world's biggest metal fan, but occasionally I play stuff for her, and she's just like, that's pretty dope. Only she didn't say dope. Anywho, the whole point of this was, like I said, he was on All About That Bass. That's the one I started with. Like, when I discovered this guy, I was like, holy shit, I need to play this for my daughter because her and my wife are all about that bass, right? And they love that song. My kid will sing it in the car.
Meghan Trainor, I think is that.
Yeah. He also did Let It Go from Frozen. And I
don't think anybody has not done that song.
Yeah, who fucking hasn't covered that song, right? So I remember, like, we spent an entire morning just listening to this guy's shit. And my daughter was into a lot of it. Some of it, she was just like, yeah, this is a little too weird for me. So he did a bunch of Christmas songs, and we're going to play one of them right now. This is, I was just thrilled that he got his shit onto Spotify, because for a while it wasn't, and that was making me nauseous. But now I can enjoy all of Leo's stuff on Spotify all I want. I don't have to go to YouTube anymore. Hooray for cross-pollination. So here's a Christmas classic. This is Last Christmas, as covered by Leo Marchioli. You know, I was driving to work today, and it was like the first time I really listened closely to the lyrics of that song. That's a sad song.
Yeah, it is.
Like, he does a dope version of it. Like, yeah, you know, last Christmas, blah, and then it's just like, last Christmas I gave you my heart, but you gave it away, so this Christmas I'll give it to someone who will care about me, or whatever it was he said. Like, what the fuck?
Sad, man.
Sad, man. Like, who? I don't remember who originally did Last Christmas, but what fucking? What?
I know, man.
What?
When you get in, I mean, hey, I don't know where Coop's at, but when you get into analyzing these Christmas song lyrics, There's some sad shit. Even Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is sad. I mean, it has a happy ending, but damn, what a tragic story. I mean, a kid gets made fun of because he has a big red nose. I can't tell you how many times, as a kid I had acne and, pimple pop up on the nose. By golly, you're Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's just, but anyway, enough about my troubles. Yeah, I know. It's a sad, sad life I live. But yeah, some of these songs, man, I tell you, some bad.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, Christmas is a special time of happiness and togetherness. And last Christmas I gave you my heart, but you gave it away, and now I'm going to cut myself. Wait, what? What the hell? So I fancy myself as a very democratic leader here. I feel I might be a dictator here at the Rattledge and Broadcasting Network, but I feel like I'm a benevolent dictator. I feel like I'm always willing to listen to someone else's ideas, even though I tend to do a lot of the decision making. And when we came up with this list, as usual with me, admittedly, I went a little crazy.
Well,
we were
you were the one putting effort into it. You were the one putting effort into it, so that matters.
And I think I had something like 23 songs originally for this. We are already over time, by the way. We, with all the talking and whatnot, so we are actually into overtime here, but we're almost done. So it's
almost.
Unless Blog Talk pulled another magical mystery cutoff. In any case, I finally settled on like 23 songs, and 3 of them I think were "We Wished You a Merry Christmas." So I was like, all right, you guys pick which version of this we're gonna go with, and I cut the other ones. That left us with like 20 songs, and I think it was you who were like, all right, enough. You must cut some of these, and I pulled this shit here. I was like, yeah, 1 through 13 I'm not cutting. I categorically refused to cut the first 13 songs. So every song you just heard, I insisted we play. There was no argument with me. There was no discussion. There was no debate. I said, Merry Christmas, fuck you, bye. This is what we're doing. You guys can figure out after that if we should cut anything. And what did you say, Jesse? What did you say to that?
I said we need 2 songs, and one of them we got to have 2, just 2. And now you were kind enough. I didn't care if we were going to add them or but you were kind enough to kind of go in there and make some space. Obviously, if we added too much, we would be going way longer than what we are right now. So you were nice enough to say, okay, we will put these on here. And this first one is one that caught my ear. Again, I just put the playlist on, hit shuffle, and let it go. And you had actually sent this to me in a message. And like many messages, I sit there, okay, I got to check this out. And then, 8 hours pass while I'm sitting there at work, and I forget everything that happened. So this playlist, as it was playing, this song came up, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. And first off, the band that we're about to talk to, I feel, had one of the best albums we covered here on the Metal Hammer of Doom this year. I know that's greatly up for debate, but hey, I might be partial to the lead singer too, in a very she catches my eye. We'll put it that way. But I'll let you introduce the song, sir. I've rambled long enough.
All right, yeah, this is pretty badass. I don't remember how I even came across it. It might have been in one of those Spotify suggests, if you like this, you'll probably like this too, you asshole. I don't know why Spotify curses at me, but it does. Anyway, this is Lacuna from Italy, home of my people, yo. This is Lacuna Coil doing naughty crap.
Everybody wants to do the
All right, talk about your girlfriend. Go.
Oh, I could talk for hours about.
All right, you bit in your pants.
Now, you know what? Okay, look. As for this song, we just talked. How many of the songs that we covered here? God golly, hit the wrong button. We listened to a lot of covers of Christmas songs here, and it was kind of nice to have a metal song about that was completely original. At least as far as I know, this is not a cover, but it also is about the scary shit that kind of comes with Christmas. Have you ever watched the movie Krampus yet? I don't know. I know that you're not into the whole horror stuff and the kind of scary stuff, but Krampus is not exactly extremely scary. But that's kind of it's the first movie that I ever watched that had something to do with Krampus. Is that something that you've seen?
No.
Okay.
No.
You know much about Krampus at all? Like I'm talking about.
I know
what
it
Krampus
exists.
is. Okay, it's like it's like anti-Santa. Instead of coming in giving you presents, he finds all the bad kids and he takes them down to wherever where he takes the kids away. So instead of being nice and, jolly old Saint Nick is going to convince your kids to be good for Christmas so you can get presents, Krampus sole purpose was to scare the shit out of your kids so they'd be good and they wouldn't get taken away for Christmas. So this song right here is wonderful.
Hang on. I have holiday breaking news.
Jesus!
Okay.
This comes from the Wall Street Journal. I don't know why that's our breaking news sound. Someone fixed it. I just don't even know where that came from. But all right, this comes from the Wall Street Journal, the actual Wall Street Journal. I was listening to you, but I was multitasking.
Oh, I know how that works here on the Metal Hammer of Doom.
So the Wall Street Journal is reporting the following, and this is relevant to our discussion this evening of Christmas and Christmas stories.
Okay.
There may not be enough eggnog this year.
Like we're in a shortage?
Yeah. Dairy. Weird fucking world we live in. Dairies report strong demand for the creamy holiday drink. Could eggnog top pumpkin spice? Okay, so the U.S. is facing an eggnog deficit. Oh my God. The Punch Bowl and punching bag favorite is selling out this Christmas, with dairies reporting record sales and surprising shortfalls. At Ronnie Brook Farm Dairy in Pine Plains, New York, which sells eggnog in a glass quart bottle for around $8, owner Rick Osofsky says he underestimated demand by 25%. We're going to be short this year. Seriously, Wall Street Journal? Organic Valley is having a record. Organic Valley is having a record-setting eggnog season, said Eric Snowdeal. This has got to be from The Onion. Eric Snowdeal. Brand manager.
That's come on.
For the largest cooperative, more than 1,800 farmers, sales are up 60% over the last year compared with 5% in recent years. Eggnog is a little bit of a polarizing product, he says, in part because not everyone likes the notion of eggs in a drink. I frankly think eggnog is gross, but whatever. The creamy pale yellow drink typically contains... Okay, we don't need to read the rest of this, but... yeah, so apparently I'm going to have to share this on Facebook now. Sorry, everybody.
Here it comes.
So, yes, eggnog
taking a break from
shortage.
robots, and we're posting about eggnog. Unbelievable.
Only a short break. All right. Are you done raving and ranting and
Yes. Go back in the archives. Go back in the
girlfriend?
archives and find Lacuna Coil's album that we covered earlier this year. You will get to hear all the great things I get to say about Christina and the rest of the band.
Okay. All right. I've now shared that article from the Wall Street Journal. I've warned everyone of the eggnog shortage. Now there's going to be a run on it. All right. This is our last song of the night.
Add to the problem.
Yep. You got money you can spare. You can buy eggnog, eggnog futures. All right. This is our last song of the night, and this I found completely by accident. Once again, one of the metal magazines that I followed happened to post the video. I thought it was hilarious, so I added it. And I happened to have found it on Spotify as well. I said, okay, well, if it's on Spotify, we got to add it to the playlist. Jesse agreed. We're going to end. We have special outro music, but as far as the playlist proper, we are going to conclude with a bit of a parody, as a matter of fact. This is not so much a cover as it's got original lyrics, but this is a parody, a sound-alike, if you will, of a little old song we call BYOB by a band you may have played on Guitar Hero, System of a Down, Jesse. This is Noel, Noel, by Psycho Stick.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas time is drawing near. Let us spread some cheer. Grab your wallet, time to spend most wonderful time of year. Hiding presents in your closet, hoping that they won't find out. These are greetings, obligations, manufactured lies from the greeting card. Everybody's dropping money on the people they don't like. 'Tis the season to be adding to the bottom line. Eating way too many cookies, pouring eggnog in your mouth, analyzing weights of presents, shaking boxes. Decorate your house with lights and bells that you go. Mind control the Christmas carols, feel compelled to buy as we sing along. Everywhere you go, Christmas songs are playing all the time. Never-ending marathon of It's a Wonderful Life. Everybody's going caroling, you better run and hide. Awkwardly they harmonize, I contemplate suicide. Blast up! It's Christmas time! And we are living a consumer nation! Black Friday! Doorbuster sale! Murdering for savings! Murdering for savings! Murdering for savings! Troubling people at the door! Who did I even buy this for? Smash some heads against the floor! These bargains will start a war! These bargains will start a war! These bargains will start a war! Why don't you visit family more? Buy off your guilt like just before. Buy more till everybody's poor. Why don't you spend some more? How about we spend some more?
Oh, it's tremendous. Nothing beats a honest Christmas song, because that song is honest. That is
Yes.
shit that you encounter. It seems like every Christmas as you get older. Look, as adults, we were talking earlier. We're adults here. It sucks to lose that little bit of innocence as a kid, and then of course you find out as things go on. Christmas time can sometimes be so overwhelming, and so it loses its luster. As fun as it was as a kid, you will never see that much fun as an adult. At least I haven't yet. Maybe there's something out there. I've always looked for something for my family. Like, okay, can we do something different this year and just get us out of this same cycle, rut after rut after rut? Buy the presents. Everybody opens presents. Got to have 1,000 presents for everybody. And unfortunately, as a, here I am, we're going off of parody, and I'm going deep into what the actual parody means, but it's an honest Christmas song.
I was going to say, you're having something of a meltdown. I feel like I need to put... do you need to share, Jesse? do you have something you need to say?
No. I'm not going to voice anything different here than any other 38-year-old male out there probably feels the same way when it comes to Christmas time, how just overwhelming it can be, and how he was yelling about Christmas. Go ahead.
Can I just say I disagree?
Okay.
Like, let me explain how I feel about the holidays. And we'll just start with January, okay? We'll start with New Year's Eve. Fuck New Year's Eve. I'm going to work New Year's Eve. And I've worked New Year's Eve last year. The year before that, they had too many people, so I couldn't work. But basically, like, I'm perfectly okay with working New Year's Eve. I don't want to go out and party. Those years are behind me now. I don't want to be on the road with fucking drunk idiots and get possibly killed. There's nothing about, I understand it's a celebration of a new year, but I take a step back and I kind of look at, it's another day in the calendar. Yesterday was 2016, tomorrow is 2017. Who gives a shit? It's just another day passing, and so I don't feel, and I think it's like St. Patrick's Day for me, where it's like this has become just an excuse to get fucked up and act like an idiot, and I'm not digging it. I don't dig it. Let's go to Valentine's Day. Fuck Valentine's Day. Okay, that's a greeting card holiday that started out as something Catholic and became this whole thing where it's just like, birthdays and Christmas and Mother's Day and Secretary's Day and all these days are just not enough for you bitches. Now you got to have a day where we're supposed to be romantic. Fuck you people. Fuck them.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's amazing I ever got married, right, ladies? No, I fuck Valentine's Day. Okay? I think if you are married, if you're in a relationship, it shouldn't take a special day for you to fucking shave, put on some deodorant, and put your pants on, and treat your woman like a human being. I'm just saying. Why can't you do that all year
Should be celebrated every day.
I'm not saying we got to celebrate these bitches every day. I'm just saying, it's like, let's be shitty 364 days of the year, and on one day act like a romantic fucking fuck you. Fuck Valentine's Day.
I feel you there.
March, St. Patrick's Day. I ain't Irish. Fuck those people. Next, April, Easter. I haven't had a good Easter. I haven't celebrated Easter or felt like it was worth celebrating. Praise be to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm fine with the resurrection. I'm just saying I feel like the holiday itself has lost its meaning because it seems to be more about Easter eggs and the Easter bunny than it is about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ who is risen. God be praised.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's basically Thanksgiving in the spring. It's your family gets together, has a ham, buys some Easter eggs for the kids. Fuck Easter. Apologies to Catholics. Let's go to May. What's happening in May? What do we got going on in May? What's the big holiday?
None other than, there's some government holidays, I believe, in there, but nothing that we all celebrate. What are we talking? Like, it's Memorial Day. That's about it. So, it's start of summer. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not going to say fuck Memorial Day because God, we like the soldiers here on the Metal Hammer of Doom. They're doing God's work. But you know what May is? Fucking Mother's Day. All right. Oh, that's
everything
right.
I said about Valentine's Day. Everything I said about Valentine's Day, it applies to Mother's Day too. Fuck Mother's Day.
Oh,
all right?
Damn.
Okay, you should be decent to your mother all year round, unless she's a bitch. Okay. She mistreated you in some way. Then I can understand where you might be coming from, but then you're not going to celebrate Mother's Day anyway. Another ridiculous holiday. Father's Day. Do we even need to talk about this? You know what I had to do for one Father's Day? I wanted to go see Green Lantern. I didn't know it was going to be shit. But instead of having to do what I want to do on Father's Day, because I'm a father, I got to do what my father-in-law wanted to do, because he's a father too. Fuck father. July. 4th of July, Independence Day. I'm fine with this. But I won't say fuck the 4th of July because it's an important holiday. It's when we remember that we are a country. We are Americans.
We're free. We're independent.
You know what I don't like about? That's right. But you know what I don't like about 4th of July? Fucking fireworks. Fuck fireworks. Right. Just fuck them. Fuck fireworks. You start your. Basically, it's bombs. Okay, we're setting off bombs, and it's gotten to a point now where people just. It's like July 2nd, and it's like, we got to set the bomb. Why is it every 4th of July has gotten longer and longer, where it starts on like the 1st of July and ends somewhere in September, and we all turn into fucking Al-Qaeda? Why? Why are we setting roadside bombs to celebrate independence? I don't understand this. And you have idiots blowing their hands up. Fuck these people. Fuck fireworks.
Fuck fireworks.
Jesse's like, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, I will let you continue. As we go through August, there ain't shit in August, is there?
Only if you live in Florida, in which case it's the beginning of the school. It's the beginning of the school year, and I'm married to a teacher, so fuck August. Just fuck the whole month.
Fuck the whole month.
It's also the end of the summer blockbuster season. It's usually a month full of shitty movies. So fuck the whole month of August. September. Labor Day. Why? What is going on with Labor Day? What the fuck? Who cares? Who gives a shit? I got to work Labor Day. Fuck Labor Day.
October's
now we
Halloween.
Get to the big four.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know I hate Halloween. Oh, my God, do I hate Halloween. Ugh. Another
Dude, let me ask you a question. Do you have a war with candy, like at the Rattledge household, like we do here, where the kids will come off my kid will come off the bus, and instead of asking for like supper, like I thought a normal kid would, it's immediately like, hey, can I have a piece of candy? Because we have, I don't know, 5 gallons of it from going fucking trick-or-treating sitting up in the cupboard, and they know it's there. So they immediately, no matter what, are asking for candy. But there is a war here where
I think go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say, there have been times, dude, I shit you not, there have been times where I got so upset, I took the fucking bucket of candy and I threw it off the porch. I said, there's your fucking candy.
Okay. Oh, I like your style, and that was what I was going to say. See, the reason why we don't have this problem is because I will throw the candy away. Fuck you and your candy.
There you go.
If you think, because like I don't mind, like you can have a treat, one treat a night.
Yeah, ask me once.
You can
ask
have
me one
candy.
time, maybe twice in a day.
Like, if you're good and you want a treat after dinner, if you finish your dinner, to my 2-year-old and my 5-year-old at the time this year, if you were good and you did good in school that day, or if you behaved yourself at home, if you're my 2-year-old, and you want a treat after dinner, I will give you one piece of candy. But if you piss me off, there is nothing stopping
if you ask me 20 times,
bucket of candy. Try twice. What are you waiting until 20 times for? What are you?
I try to be nice.
You are a patient
give me a little leeway. That's
no,
damn.
fuck them. It's candy. I don't need it, man. We got type 2 diabetes, obesity running rampant in this country. These kids want to eat an entire fucking Snickers bar. No, fuck them. Fuck Halloween. just ridiculous. Now, I do like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but again, that's Disney. I have no love for Halloween. A lot of these holidays what saves me from it's all 98% fuck 'em for the most part. Some of them are 100%, but a lot of these are 98% fuck that holiday. There's a 2% though that says I love that holiday because it's for the kids. Halloween is for the kids, Jesse.
Okay.
And if it weren't kids, it'd be 100% fuck that holiday. You people, you adults who are like, I'm so gothic, I'm so dark. You're 40 years old and you're a nurse. Get the fuck over yourself. Halloween sucks. It's for the children. Stay home and pass out candy, asshole. Anyone at her work heard this. I'd be in so much trouble. So many women who love Halloween. Oh, my God, I'd be an outcast. Anyway, Thanksgiving. It's just a big-ass meal. Fuck that holiday. Let's move on.
So we get to Christmas.
Now we get to Christmas. I love Christmas. It's the one, and I think I have demonstrated that it's the one holiday I really do look forward to. And we've talked about all this before. The music, the lights, the trees, the pomp and circumstance, the giving of presents to my children and my nephews and my godson and our friends of the family, their children. As much as I did a whole rant at the beginning of this show about picking out presents, and going shopping and having to leave the house and put pants on for this exercise, I really did enjoy going to Toys R Us and agonizing over what present to buy what kid. I take that shit seriously. You should see the mental math I went through because I wanted to buy my son the Batman Unlimited Batmobile, and I couldn't just buy him Batman. I had to buy him with I hate incomplete action figure gifts. Like, if you buy me a hero, you must buy me a villain. And I have
the completionist
with my children.
The completionist Mark Radulich.
You can't just have the hero. You got to have a matching villain. So I actually ordered a Batman Joker 12-inch doll set, action figure set, for the Batman Unlimited Batmobile. And they fucking sent, this is ridiculous. This is the one thing I did not like about Amazon. I got a mislabeled package. It was fucking Batman and Superman. Now I'm fucked.
Now you got two good guys.
You don't know nothing. I got two good guys. What the fuck, man? So I'm agonizing over. This is the shit that I think about. I'm sitting here stressed out. I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do. I can't give him two heroes and no villains.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
dude.
looking desperate.
My parents never fucking put that much thought into it. It's like, here's a member of the Foot Clan. I'm like, oh, okay, great. I have no turtles.
I would have burnt the house down. I'd have been like, I would have set fire to something, man. What the fuck?
I gotta pretend.
So I got to get to the end of this story. So I finally was like, I just got him an individual Joker, which fucking came, thank God. But then I was like, there's no good of the Batman Unlimited doll series. There's no good Superman villains. First of all, there's barely any villains. It's like all heroes and like 3 villains. So one of them's the Joker. There's a Harley Quinn one, which I'm not going to get him a Harley Quinn doll. He don't know Harley Quinn. He barely knows the DC heroes at all. But he loves Batman. He's heard enough Batman. So I'm just looking. There was Reverse Flash. There's Joker. There's Harley Quinn. And then and then there's no Lex Luthor. I don't know. There's a Batman Flash set that comes with Clayface. And there's a Batman Superman set that comes with Killer Croc. But that's it. Then you're out of villains. There was only one villain left, Jesse Starcher. So I got it for him because Superman had to have a villain to fight. And it was Bizarro.
Oh, Bizarro.
Anyway, this is taking a turn.
What's funny is that you put that much thought into it, and a few minutes ago you just said this kid has no idea about the heroes, practically no idea about the heroes anyway, and you are agonizing. No, you bought what you wanted to play with. That's what you did, sir. Yep. That's what you did.
I am reliving my childhood through my children. That's really what this is all about.
That's what it's all about, dude.
Let me conclude by saying the following. and then we will get out of here. I had a vision because I've told this story now to my wife because she didn't realize I had gone through all this mental math and stressed myself the fuck out over it. These are just things that stress me out, people. I'm on Stroke Street here.
What happened, Doc? Well, you had to make a decision about buying a fucking DC villain. Do they not understand? They're killing us this Christmas.
So a couple of years ago, my son, for his birthday, he got a set of Avengers 12-inch dolls, and it's Captain America, Iron Man, Ultron, Hulk, and Thor, and Hawkeye. And he's been playing with them a lot lately, especially because he thinks that he knows I'm into superheroes and superhero movies, so he'll go get 2 of them, and he'll be like, and I think in his mind he's like, Daddy will play with me if I give him toys he likes. Even my son figured me out. So I had this vision that this idiot is after I went through this agony, this struggle to get him the appropriate toy for his Batmobile that he wanted, which, by the way, he would have been fine with just the fucking Batmobile and no doll. But, again, I'm a psycho. So I'm like, as I said to my wife the other day, and after I went through all this detail, I said, the vision that I had was I'm going to come home one day and see Captain America driving the Batmobile. It won't have fucking mattered what I did.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes. From Mark's neurotic self to you all out there, Merry Christmas.
I am an interesting person to live with. All right. This has been fun. Jesse, did you have fun tonight?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Had a lot of fun.
All right. I'll have to figure out how we're going to do this next year, because where do we go after something like this? We have to do like a volume 2. The ones all the songs I cut. All right. Next week. So yesterday, Robert and I attempted to review Rogue One. We thought we did a great job with it, but apparently the sound was shit, so who knows. Next Tuesday is our last review of the year. We'll be reviewing Assassin's Creed. We're going to bring Sean Comer on since he's a big gamer and he's played the games before. So we'll compare the game to the movie. It's getting terrible reviews, so we'll see how that goes. But on the Metal Hammer of Doom, we'll have our year-end review show. We've decided to take all the rules and throw them out the window. We decided that each of us is just going to pick 4 songs we want to play on the show, with the only rule being it had to have come out in 2016. So I don't know what Jesse's going to do. It might be all 4 Lacuna Coil songs. We don't know. But I'm taking this as an opportunity to play 4 songs from bands we did not cover this year, 2 of which are actually singles from, there was no album that came out, but there were 2 singles that were standalone singles that were released. And then there were 2 songs from 2 different albums that I only just recently discovered, and I felt like I really wanted to play these songs. So that'll be my contribution. I know there's some stuff that Cooper didn't, we didn't get to a lot of what Cooper wanted to do this year just because there was a lot of stuff I felt like we needed to talk about. So this is his opportunity to bring those in, probably some of the harder, heavier stuff. And like I said, Jesse's just going to play nothing but Lacuna Coil. 4 Lacuna Coil songs. So, all right.
She's a lovely lady.
I understand you did a little podcast that you released the first part of on Monday. You want to talk about it?
Yes, sir. Star Wars, and in celebration of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, me, you, Mark Radulich, Ronnie Adams, and the Invisible One himself, Justin Thomas, got together and recorded a cast on the first script of the one that started it all, Star Wars. George Lucas had a script that Dark Horse got a hold of, and the script was in 1974, and they adapted it into comic book form in 2013. So what we had the great opportunity to do was go back, read that script in comic book form. We got Skywalkers, we got Star Killers. I mean, we got Counts or Lord. I can't even Lord Valorum or Count Valorum. I can't remember that guy's name. Prince Valorum.
Prince Valium.
Prince Valium. All sorts of strange stuff happening in this first script. And as Mark said, yes, George Lucas, thank goodness you had some editing. And we would be talking about something completely different. So part 1 dropped Monday. Part 2 is dropping tomorrow night. And then our final part 3, will drop Friday, provided that we don't have any scheduling conflicts and Winfrey doesn't want to do an Everyone Loves a Bad Guy, which I will gladly take the back seat for that. So, yes, check it out. I also was on the Screaming Boy podcast if you guys want to check out our comments about the NES Classic and Battlefield 1. We also have an upcoming episode of Screaming Boy, which may air this coming Saturday, which is me. It was me, Justin Thomas, Ronnie Adams, and a guy by the name of Aaron Hickman, discussing Sears Wish Books, which I don't know if that was a big part of your childhood, Mark Radulich, but when Grandma had the Wish Book or Mom had a hold of the Sears Wish Book, you went through and you looked at all the toys you wanted to get a hold of, and you circled every single one of them in there. So we actually found a website. We did this on YouTube, and we browsed the website, which had Wish Books from back in the 30s. But we mainly focused on the eras that we were familiar with all the G.I. Joe toys and all that fun stuff. We had a great discussion. Aaron Hickman runs a Facebook page dedicated to classic toys and people so they can trade toys or try and get stuff identified. So if you guys are interested, check that out. And Screaming Boy will also be doing a year-end special at the beginning of 2017 where we're going to go through – I'm excited about this one. We're going to go through – we're either going to take the top 5 of 2016 or the top 10 of 2016 top Reddit stories, and we're just going to discuss them. We're just going to run them down 10-1 and discuss what those top stories of 2016 are. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got to plug.
All right.
Are you
Once
still
again,
awake?
everybody, this has been a lot of fun. Yes, I'm good, man. I'm on amphetamines. I'm on drugs.
I'm on drugs.
Right, this has been a lot of fun. I really had a blast doing this. We missed you, Coop. Merry Christmas. Jesse, you're awesome. You're my Christmas present, Jesse Starcher. Gay.
Gay.
Gay. All right, everybody. We got one more show, and then we close the book on 2016 and all of our shitty sound. So hopefully the sound was mostly good this time, and it'll stay mostly good through 2017. Here's the better sound in 2017. Seriously, have a happy holiday, and for all you Jews, for all you Muslims, for all you atheists, for all you gaytheists, for all you people who don't celebrate.
Well, that's new.
For all you folks that don't celebrate Christmas, you have yourself a happy holiday, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. No sarcasm, no shit. Be well, be safe, and behave. We're going out to a little Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Not what you think it is. This is the Whoville Medicine.
I've got the Christmas tree, I've got the memories, I've got the box of decorations, I've got the tinsel strung, the mistletoe's been hung, I've got the means of celebration. I've got the lights down low, the skies are dreaming of snow, I've got the Yule log burning bright, and by the Christmas tree I've got you here with me, I've got the perfect Christmas night. I've got a box of dreams all with the Christmas theme, but tonight I won't be sleeping. I've got Bing Crosby on, have all my troubles gone.